Looking at this right now on Fox News. Donald Trump sentenced 4 hours ago, sentenced with no penalty in New York criminal trial as judge wishes him Godspeed in second term. In America, that will never happen. In America, they will never allow such a thing to happen. Imagine a whole criminal becoming the president of a country. A whole criminal, a whole drug dealer becoming the president of a country.
Not be juju be that.
Says who? Our brand new president in the America right now. As I'm talking to you right now. Okay, 4 hours ago. President-elect Trump was sentenced to an unconditional discharge on Friday after being found guilty on charges of falsifying business records stemming from Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg's years-long investigation. The president-elect attended his sentencing virtually because it's the president-elect. That's not fair. It's the man. We're talking about Very Dark Man now. No? Very Dark Man say it doesn't matter. We don't care. You don't care, but that's just your opinion, okay? The president-elect attended his sentencing virtually after fighting to block the process all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court this week. Trump sat beside his defense attorney, Todd Blank. Judge Warren Marchand did not sentence the president-elect to prison and instead sentenced him to an unconditional discharge. He's the president-elect. Orúkọ rere, who's orúkọ now? The United States of America. Orúkọ rere also ju wúrà lọ. It's not just a matter of Trump anymore now. It is now Trump, the president-elect of the United States. See, it's meaning there is no punishment imposed, no jail time, fines or probation. The sentence also preserves Trump's ability to appeal the conviction. What conviction? Sentenced to unconditional discharge. After careful analysis, this court determined that the only lawful is actually lawful. The law is not your own sense of morality. I'm sorry, okay? It is not. I know common sense will make us think it is, but it is not. I've been telling you that here from day one, okay? It is not. Real life, reality is not your own sense of moral. You should have morals. That's not what I'm saying. You should. Okay, you should have some sense of moral standards. Okay, you should know the difference between right and wrong, but you must manage your expectations around how life works around that. That's the whole point of this. Okay, after careful analysis, the court determined that the only lawful sentence that permits entry of judgment of conviction is an unconditional discharge. I need you to write that down on the wall. Write today down. Today is January 10th, 2025. Okay. Marchand said on Friday, at this time, a whole judge said that. At this time, I impose that sentence to cover all 34 counts. Marchand added, sir, I wish you Godspeed. I wish you Godspeed as you assume your second term in office. Or more. Hey, this life. Ayema Nikao. Hey, this life. It gets real. It gets real. It gets real. Sir, I wish you Godspeed as you assume your second term in office. Before Judge Marchand announced the sentence, Trump called the case a tremendous setback for the American court system. And I quote, this is a great embarrassment to the state of New York, not to Trump's name, okay, to the state of New York. Trump said, adding that the people saw the trial firsthand and voted decisively to elect him as president. Trump said the Justice Department was very involved and stressed that a case like this against the former president, candidate, and now president-elect has never happened in our country our country before. I don't know what lesson you should learn from this. I just want you to adjust your expectations around your morality, your sense of morality. You should have morals, okay? But you should know that there's the skills you're required to do this life and relationships is much bigger than your own sense of morality, righteousness. You are a good guy, you're a good girl, so somehow you think you deserve a good relationship, and you just want to just walk around this world anyhow and use common sense to do relationship. Yeah, right. Good luck. And I would just like to explain that I was treated very, very unfairly, and I thank you very much. Trump said Friday. Merchants set January 10 for the sentencing, just 10 days before Trump is set to be sworn in as the 47th president of the United States. Merchant, upon scheduling the sentencing last week, said that he was not likely to impose any sentence on incarceration, but rather a sentence of an unconditional discharge. I bet 99% of you are hearing that for the first time, that's even possible. Unconditional discharge. Some of you are lawyers, you probably know that already, but the rest of you, 99% of you probably didn't know this existed. Well, with God, all things are possible. During Friday's sentencing hearing, Merchant said he took the unusual step of informing Trump of his sentence prior to the proceeding. The imposition of sentence is one of the most difficult decisions that any criminal court judge is called to make. There's no doubt about that it was difficult, right? Merchant said, noting the court must consider the facts of the case along with any aggravating or mitigating circumstances. It is not just you did wrong. That's what they're saying with that sentence right there. It is not just you did wrong or right. Okay, there are other circumstances. Context matters probably more than content on any day of the week. How did we get here? What is the backstory? Oh, but you are wrong, and wrong is wrong. Let's just call a spade a spade. No, how did we get here? No, Allah, let's just call it blunt a blunt. Let's call it blunt a blunt. You are wrong. You need to get back to the backstory. You need to understand the full context. Merchant reflected on the case, saying that never before has this court been presented with such a unique set of circumstances. The judge said it was an extraordinary case with media interest, not just your interest. I know you are Holy Spirit, and your interest is we must just always maintain what is upright. Okay, I know how you feel. I get it. I'm with you, but I want you to understand that that's not how life works. And this judge is saying this is the first time they will see this. Well, guess what? We're still discovering ourselves. You have to always have room for that. You always have to know that there's more to this thing called life than what you know. All of us must continue to keep an open mind, always. Okay, so even the judge is saying they've never seen this before, but they had to look at the media interest, the heightened security. There is more heightened security, the unique set of circumstances, right? And said that once the courtroom doors were closed, the trial itself was not any more unique or extraordinary than any other case. Trump filed an appeal to block sentencing from moving forward with the New York State Court of Appeals. That court rejected his request because they already know there's not much they can do anyway. He's going to be a sitting president, he's a president-elect. There's a lot more interest than one person involved. That's one of the things that many of the Kamala Harris voters did not pay attention to. It wasn't just about the person of Trump. It wasn't just about Trump is a bad guy. It was more so about the interest of the whole nation, which was clearly demonstrated during the election just a couple of weeks ago. Trump also filed an emergency motion with the U.S. Supreme Court, arguing that this was before the sentences today, argued that it immediately ordered a stay of pending criminal proceedings in the Supreme Court of New York County, New York. The High Court denied the request, saying the application for stay presented to Justice Sotomayor and by her referred to the court is denied for inter alia. I don't know what that is. Jesus, too much lingo. Anyway, You get the gist. Okay, you get the gist. You get it or you don't get it. You get it?
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it. All right.
Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Happy New Year to you, Black Diamond. Hit the thumbs up. Thank you. All conditional discharge. Okay, it didn't even come to court. Okay, all conditional discharge. It didn't have to come to court. That's just the way these things work. It's not just the Trump case. It doesn't mean we shouldn't uphold the laws or what is right. That's not what it means. It simply means that you should just know that there is more to life than your sense of morality. There's other people's interest involved. Either we're talking about life, relationships at a societal level, or we're talking about politics, right? Any one of those things, you just keep at the back of your mind that there's always more to what you can. There's more to the story than what you can see at any point in time. So what can you do? Keep an open mind. Keep learning. Always learning. Stay learning. Don't make assumptions based off of your moral standard, your religious standards, your political affiliation, or political empathy, or what do you call it? Political, whatever side you fall on. Don't just keep an open mind. Be critical in your thinking. Be critical in your thinking. It is part of emotional intelligence to understand that there's media interest and there are other people's interest involved. It is part of emotional intelligence. Okay? It's not as simple as, look, oh, how come this one is not fair? Oh, they should be fair. All that kind of stuff. Yeah, right.